Okay, well, so today's topic is group policy management. Okay, so group policy means any idea what is group policy? Guys, any idea what is group policy?
A kind of setting rules.
Exactly. So group policy means a kind of setting the rules or do's and don'ts, or it is a way of controlling the computers and the users. So if you divide this group and policy separately, okay, group means it is two or more users comes together, we call it as a group, or two or more computers comes together, we call it as computer group. Correct na? Policy means set of rules. Correct na? Set of rules that we have to apply there. So when you club together group policy management, okay, when you say group policy means these are all the settings or the set of policies which can be applied a group of users or the group of computers. Clear? Okay, this is one of the mechanism I told you, right? Whenever we were discussing about the Active Directory part, I told you Active Directory will help you to manage the computers and the users from a central store. Means by sitting in the domain controller, by logging into the domain controller, you can do centralized administration. Means you can control all the users and groups within the domain. Okay, that is how it is possible, means that is possible using the group policy management option. Okay, so now one more time I'm going to repeat. Group policy management means it is the set of rules which can be applied to a group of users or the group of computers in order to control them by sitting in a central place which is in the domain controller. Okay, now you know group policy means it can be applicable either for the users or for the group of computers. Correct, right? So there are two types of group policies actually. Okay, one is user level policy, another one is computer level policy. One is user level policy. What is another one? Second one is computer level policy. Second one is computer level policy. So why do we need group policy? Because we wanted to control the computers and the users by sitting in a central place. We call it as centralized administration. That's all. Okay. So there are two types of settings actually. Okay. When you talk about the policies, right, there are two types of settings. One is local policy, another one is domain policy. Okay. So local policy means what? Any idea what is local policy and what is domain policy? Please talk. So local policy means these are all the policies which can be applied in the local machine. Understood? I'll explain. And domain policy means these are all the policies which will be applicable or applied, policies applied at the domain controller. Okay, so now I'll tell you. See, if I go to this Windows 10 computer, okay, this Windows 10 computer will also have a settings. Okay, gpedit.msc. If you type this command in the local computer, also you have the group policies or the set of policies. See, here also you have a policy. When you open this gpedit.msc, right? So you can see that there are two types of configuration. One is user computer level configuration, another one is user level configuration. But this is not applied in the domain controller. So this is applicable where? This is applied in the local computer, means that Windows 10 computer is there. No, there also you can apply the policies. So whenever you are applying the policy in the local computer, we call that as the local policies. Okay, so that will be limited to only for that computer. So since you are applying this policy, okay, say for example, you go here, administrative templates, you'll open desktop, okay, and you will open again desktop, and you see your desktop wallpaper is there. So this means you are going to apply group policy only for this Windows 10, the PC01 computer, okay, and that file name will be some xyz.com, okay, some xyz.com. You see, home.jpg for example is there. Consider the same file if you are applying. So that will be applicable only for this W10 computer or the PC01 computer. That's all. So to avoid the confusion, I'll only have W10. Okay. So I'll also close this one. Yeah. So that is the local policy. But when I say domain level policy, so that policy you will apply in the domain controller. Okay. See, if you go to tools, log into the server, go to the server manager and go to the tools option, then you see an option called group policy management. Okay. Now I'll go to the command. I want to show you something. gpedit.msc. If I open that, see, in the I'm opening it in the where in it is I'm opening it in the domain controller itself. See, when I open that command, it said it is local computer policy because this is a local policy that is applicable only for that computer. But the one I was applying, na, that was like it is domain. If I open this group policy management from here, go to tools, open the group policy management. Okay, so this is the console. See, when you open that, it says it is not the local policy, it is the group policy management console, and that is applied for the forest under the forest microsoft.com. See, this is how you will identify which is my local policy or which is my domain policy. And I will tell you why I am going to tell this. Okay, because there are hierarchies there. So how the conflict will be when, say for example, you will define two settings. You will tell at the local policy, because if you go here 1 minute, I wanted to make it even more simple. So see here, this is gpedit.msc, correct? Huh? In the gpedit.msc also you have the same settings, like right click on this group policy. Okay, right click on this domain policy and edit. If you go to edit, you see the same settings are coming here, domain policy. And if you go to policies, administrative templates, and if you go to desktop, okay, if you go to desktop, you get the same option also here to apply the group desktop wallpaper. Okay, so this is one thing. Another one thing is in the local computer policy also you will have the same settings. See, you go to administrative templates and desktop, again the desktop, and you see the desktop wallpaper. So here in the group policy, maybe the wallpaper B is applied, maybe in the local policy wallpaper A is applied. So there is a conflict. So two different policy, one is local policy, another one is domain policy. So there is a conflict. So how to resolve the conflict, that I'm going to explain you in 2 minutes. Okay, so that is why I wanted you to understand that. So now quickly go to the one note. Okay, so here we have a group policy inheritance model or the group policy processing model. Okay, we call it as LSDOU. LSDOU. Okay, L means it is local computer policy. What is L means? L means it is local computer policy. Means the policies which you can apply in the local policy. Local computer policy. S means it is site level policy. So if you have a dedicated sites, in the site for the entire site itself you can apply the policy. Okay, that is called as site level policy. And D means it is domain level policy. D means it is domain level policy. And the last one is, what do you mean by YU? What do you mean by YU? Yes. OU means it is organizational unit level policy. So now I'm going to explain you what is local, what is site level, what is domain level and organization level. Let me go to the domain controller itself. Okay, so I'll go to the DC01. I'll close everything here. Okay, I don't want to open anything because I want to freshly open it so that you can see it there. Okay, so now I told you, whenever there is a policy applied, what the domain controller will do or the computer will do, first and foremost it will go and check in the local policies. That local policy means it is gpedit.msc, and it will come and check here. See, administrative templates, desktop, again desktop wallpaper, nothing is there. So it is not enabled, not configured. Okay, then what it will do, it will just come here, gpmc dot edit, gpmc dot edit, gpmc. Why? That's okay. I can open using this. Go to server manager, go to tools, and go to group policy management. This is the second level. Okay, maybe if you have a policy at the site itself, here you can even apply for the sites level here. Okay, so if you are specifically apply the policies at the particular sites, say for example under India, okay, you create directly a policy here. Okay, this will be applicable. If not, the domain level policy here under the microsoft.com. Okay, this is the domain level policy. Here also you can apply the policies. Then last, the organization level in the, say for example, the IT. Now, say for example, at the Bangalore level, it says wallpaper A, India level wallpaper A, Bangalore level wallpaper B, but in the ITOE level wallpaper C. So whatever policy is applicable at the end means whatever policy is linked to that particular OU here, that will always win. I'll show you now. Okay. Say for example, create a GPO. So this is IT admin GPO. Okay. So I'll say okay, and you can just right click on that and edit. Now go to the policies and go to the administrative templates, and then select the desktop. Again you have to select the desktop. Once you do there, you can see this desktop wallpaper. Okay, so that wallpaper can be enabled now. Now how to put the value there? See, in this computer, this DC01, okay, I have a oh, 1 minute, DC01 slash E dollar. See, in the E drive, I've already created a folder called data. Okay, let me give access to that. Otherwise, it won't work. I have not given access to that particular folder. So I'll go to the E drive and I'll share this data folder. Properties, sharing. Again, you click on the share option, select this everyone. It should be shared to everyone. Share. Now, now if I try to see what is shared in this computer, see it is not visible now. If I refresh, it will come. See, it came data. Double click on this data folder, copy this IT admin. See, I have a file called IT admin. Right click, hold the shift button, right click, and you see copy as path. Copy this path and put it here. Okay, and remove the quotes. We don't need to have the quotes. And here it is asking how do you want to put the wallpaper. Do you want to place that wallpaper in the middle of the page? Do you want to fill it or you want to fit it? I'll put it as fit. I'll apply and OK. Now I have applied the policy. Okay, so uh, 1 minute. Now what I will do, I'll create one more group policy where it is in the HR in the Bangalore level. See, Bangalore level, I'll create the policy. Create BNG hyphen GPO. So here I'm going to edit this BNG hyphen GPO, right click, edit, and go to the same policies, administrative templates, desktop, desktop, again here desktop wallpaper. So I'm going to enable this, but now I'm going to have some other HR1, say for example HR. Copy the path and put it here. Now apply and OK. Now I want to see to this ITOU how many policies have been applied. Only one, correct? Huh? But this Bangalore level is also there. If you remember, if you see it here at the Bangalore level, you have a policy, okay, and that is getting inherited to the IT folder as well, ideally, okay. So let me quickly log in or go to the domain controller one more time. 1 minute. Go to tools option, okay. Go to the Accelerate users and computers and open this Microsoft.com. Go to India and go to Bangalore and IT. See, Shashank is there. Now, quickly log into this Windows 10 machine with the name called Shashank. Okay, so what I'll do, log off. I think Shashank we made domain admin yesterday. Yes, he's the domain admin, so I don't need to give access to this Windows 10 because by default he will have. So now send control alt delete. Instead of administrator, you put Shashank there. PASS. See, Shashank is now logged in. But Shashank has got two policies now. One is at the India level, the HR policy should be there, and at the ITOU level, we have a policy for IT admin. Okay, so now we'll see which policy will be applied for Shashank. No, see, now in this case, we have only two users here. We have only two users in the DC01 IT folder. Okay, imagine if you have 10,000 users also in the same OU, for all the 10,000 users, that settings will be applicable now, and every 10,000 users, all the 10,000 users will see the new wallpaper in all the computers. Okay, so now in Shashank's wallpaper, if you see in his desktop, you can see that IT admin wallpaper, if this is correct. If it is wrong, like any permission wrong or maybe file name wrong, then it gives you a blank screen. Black color, dark color screen will be there. If the policy is not at all applicable, then you see the normal Windows wallpaper. The standard by default one, no, that will be visible there. Okay, let's wait for a couple of seconds. So it is taking some time. So first time, right? Whenever you log in first for the first time, it creates your profile in the computer. So that normally takes some time. So you have to bear. But if you see the end result, you will be happy. The group policy is a very interesting subject actually. Okay. And only L3s normally apply this group policies because it is an impact, no? So to instead of creating something, if you block something, it will be applicable for all the 10,000, 20,000 users who are there in that particular OU. Then all the everybody start raising the tickets. Normally you get 100, 200 tickets per day. Otherwise you get 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 tickets per day. Then there is definitely an escalation. Correct, na? That is why these critical things will be always left with the leads. Okay, so don't worry, if you have knowledge it's good always. See, can you see the wallpaper IT administrator, guys?
Yes, yes, sir.
means
Yes,
means
sir.
my group policy is working as expected, and you already saw this is also handle the conflict also, correct now, because I have applied the policy at the Bangalore level where I had HRs, but in the IT level I have added a wallpaper called IT administrator. So even though there is a conflict, correct now, but however I told you whatever policy is applied at the OU level, that will only win. So with that, I'm going to prove that I've already proved it. Oh, this LSDOU is working as expected. Means the group policy processing order, LSDOU, local computer, site level, domain level, and OU level. That will work as expected. So I want to show you some more thing now. Okay. Now what I'll go to the group policy. Okay, and I'll just remove this one. I don't want this to be linked here. So I'll just link is then I just unlink this. Now this computer has not got the group policy applied there. So what I'll do, I'll go to W10 now. Okay, I'll go to Windows 10. I'll go to command prompt and I say CMD command prompt, and I will run a command called GP update /force. That means you are going to talk to the domain controller by running this command. What you will do, you are going to talk to the domain controller and pull the latest group policy settings. Now, previously the GPO which was having this IT administrator wallpaper, it was applicable at the OU level. Now I have removed that OU level policy. See, you don't see. If you click on IT, there is no group policy. 1 minute. Let me delete it. Otherwise, that's okay. It is anyway unlinked. That's okay. No problem. Okay. So I'm gonna close this. Now what I will do, I'm gonna restart this computer, Windows 10. Okay. Log off. To be safer side, what I will do, I am gonna restart also. Okay. So that it will be freshly pull the information from the domain controller. Okay. So Windows 10, I'm going to restart now. Once the computer get restarted, okay, whenever I'm trying to log in, right, again with the same user called Shashank. Now Shashank, we should not be able to see that IT administrator wallpaper, but you should be able to get the top level policy which is there in the Bangalore level. Okay, what is the policy? If you see here, see under the Bangalore only we have this. See, this is under the Bangalore only, correct? Under the Bangalore only you have this policy called Bangalore. So normally this HR and IT should get the policy getting inherited from the parent, correct? See here, if you right click here, block inheritance is there. Means whatever policies are there on top of the OU, they will be by default getting inherited. I want to show you that. Now go to the Windows 10, send the Control Alt Delete and Shashank password at the rate 123. Now Shashank is logging in now, but ideally Shashank should not get the wallpaper which is coming from the OU level, which is your IT administrator. But you should get the wallpaper which is coming from the top level Bangalore. And in the Bangalore OU, we have applied the HR related wallpaper. Okay, I'll show you now. Getting my points? Are you guys understanding, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is it too fast? Confusing?
No, sir.
Okay. So see, now it is getting logging in Windows 10. See, can you see now? It got changed. Guys,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
now you are not getting the IT administrator wallpaper, but you are getting the HR wallpaper. I'm going to show you here. See, in the ITOU level, okay, if you see the settings here, okay, settings if you go, it has got a setting. See, administrator templates, desktop wallpaper, and you see here, it is applied at the DC01 under the data, the file name called IT admin. Okay, that IT admin means you see here. This is the wallpaper, IT administrator, correct? But now what we have, it is HR. If you open HR, this is the policy is there. Where is that applied? I'll show you here. Go to Bangalore GPO and go to templates, desktop, and see this is hr.jpg. This is how the policy will be inherited or the processed. Since I don't have any policy which is directly linked to the ITOU, then it is getting inherited the policy from the top level. Imagine if you have again this IT will be applicable here, then there is a conflict. Top level coming from HR is coming, and in the down actual OU level policy you are getting IT. Then the IT will win. This is how this conflict will be handled. Clear? Clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now one more policy dedicatedly I'll do it. Okay. So now, okay, now HR is there. I am going to create one more OU now. Okay. Say for example, IT. No, not IT. So I'll create one more called admin. Which department you want? Tell me. I'll create the same thing. One more department we will create. Maybe under admin here. I can create who programmer, not programmer. I could say security or admin. Yeah, admin will make IT admin. No, it is not IT admin. It is office admin. Okay. So I say okay. Now you created a OU called admin. And in the admin, I'm going to add some user. I want to copy some username here. Shashank, Akash is there. Okay, I'll take Akash. Okay, so I'll create Akash. Okay, Akash is now in the admin folder. Finish. Okay, Akash is in which folder? He is in admin folder. Correct. Now I'll go to, I'll refresh this. You can see admin came now. Now you create a policy here. What is the policy? The policy is admin policy. Say OK. Now right click on the admin policy. Okay, and right click, edit. What is the policy settings I want to make? Can you please tell me what policy you want to make? I will do that. Your wish. If you want to see some policy, how to apply, you tell me, I'll do that. Can I make like the non-admin user should not be able to open the command prompt? Now see, command prompt is opening. See here, command prompt is opening. And you can run the commands. See ipconfig, ipconfig. I'm going to run this. See, I can see, you can see host name, correct? PC01, it is working fine. In the same Windows 10, who's the user? Who am I? User is who am I? The user is Shashank. Okay, Shashank is an IT user and he can run all these things. Now I am going to apply a group policy for the admin users. Okay, and I don't know the settings. Say for example, I want to disable a command prompt. You may get a new requirement. You may don't know how to apply the group policy. You don't know where the settings comes. Okay, how to verify that? You have to go to the Google. Okay, you need to search that. How to disable command in using group policy, GPO, step by step. See, step by step. If you put like this, you will get this. See, you have, it says go to group policy edit, go to user configuration, administrative templates and system. Okay, under the system you see command prompt. I want to show you that completely so that you'll understand better. See here, see administrative template, system and prevent access to the command prompt. I got it now. I'll come here and I'll open its user level, yeah, user configuration only, administrative template. Same here. So what you have to do, you have to go to user configuration here, policies, administrative templates, under here system. Okay, and in the system, if you maximize it, you can see prevent access to the command prompt. This is the same thing it shows there, correct? Now double click on that and say enabled. When you enabled, it is asking disable the command prompt for script processing also. Means if you already have any script that is running, that if that runs on the command prompt, do you want to stop that also? You say no, my let the scripts are running, but user should not be able to open the command prompt. Okay, how to do that? Apply and OK. Now that has been applied where? That has been applied at the OU called admin. See here. Now let me refresh. You see, now you don't see the settings here now, admin policy. If I just refresh, you see the settings now. See, came now. Settings, administrative templates, under system, under that prevent access to the command prompt, it is enabled. Now I want to quickly I want to quickly check that whether the access is there or not. Now LSU, now the newly created user called Akash, you don't have access to this Windows 10. I have to give the access to the computer. How to give? Go to the my computer. We need to go to that users and groups and then open the administrator. How do I go there? Now I am in my computer. What I have to do? I have to right click on this PC, select manage. I need to select the manage option. Okay, then users and groups. See, now groups, and you see administrator. Let me give access to administrator. Okay, let me make Akash as administrator. Akash as an administrator. I added Akash. He is now part of the Akash from Microsoft.com. Microsoft slash Akash is there. Akash at that Microsoft.com is the username. Apply. Okay. Now let me go and log off. Go to the run and type log off. Being an administrator, you should always do this: log off, log out. Okay, don't just go there, start and shut down. Don't do UI. Okay, so that's the best practice. Now, if you see, if you go to the group policy, okay, ideally, can you please tell me now if your understanding is correct? Now, the newly created user Akash is in the admin folder, correct? Huh? And in the admin folder, we have one group policy, okay, and that group policy has got only one setting, which is prevent access to the command prompt. Okay, but on top of that, Bangalore OU is there. But in the Bangalore OU, we have a wallpaper called HR. This is an HR wallpaper. Now, with this group policy inheritance process in order, may I know what is the wallpaper of the Akash now? Which wallpaper will be there for Akash?
HR.
HR. Very good. So Akash will have a wallpaper of HR because this admin OU will have the inheritance of the top level also. See here, if you right click on this admin folder, it says block inheritance, means there is no block of the inheritance. I mean, whatever policies are there on top of it, all the policies will be applicable here. If you say block, then I will show you that. Now I have not blocked it. Okay, let me log into Windows 10. But while logging in, I need to log in as Akash. Okay, now Akash PASSWRD at the rate 123. Now Akash is now logging in. It is asking me to change the password. Let me change the password. I'll keep the password as 1234 PASSWRD at the rate 1234. Okay, instead of 123, I'm keeping 1234. Now you see Akash has got the wallpaper which is HR, and when you try to access the command prompt, that command prompt is disabled. Okay, so let us verify once the computer is boots and comes up. Okay, how is it? Are you guys following me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so the first time, right, Akash is logging into this computer for the first time, so normally it will take some time to create the profile. Now the group policy will be it will just go to the domain controller and pull all the applicable group policies there. I'll show you now what all policies will be there. How can you see what is the policy, what is the settings are applied to the to that particular users and the computers. So there are 4 to 5 commands are there. You need to remember those. This GP update slash force is a very important command. In every interview they will ask this question. How do you know how to troubleshoot the group policy? You have to tell yes. How do you do? I'll verify what is the group policy, whether it is applied where, whether it is user level policy or a computer level policy. Okay, whether the policy is added to the user or excluded to the user. If the policy is already applied but the user is still not able to get the policy applied in the computer, means we need to run the GP update slash force command, so that the computer will talk to the domain controller and get the latest GPO information. Then it will start booting up, picking up the latest settings, and it will display the settings. In our case, we have applied two policies, two settings in two different level. At the OU level, we have applied the command prompt to disable, and at the parent level, in the Bangalore India OU level, we have applied the HR wallpaper. So this user called Akash, now he'll get HR wallpaper, and the command prompt will be disabled. We will let us verify it now. See, we're almost there. Can you see now? If you remember, there is no group policy applied for the wallpaper at the OU level. Correct, na? But he is able to see the wallpaper because this policy was getting inherited from the top level. This is clear. Now, let me go to the command prompt. I'll go to the run and I'll say command. And when I say open command prompt, hit the command prompt to open. It says, see what it says? It says command prompt has been disabled by your administrator. Even though Akash is local, I mean, he's the administrator of the local administrator of this user because we've added him the local administrator group there. But still, it is disabled because in the group policy we have suppressed or disabled this feature called command prompt. Now it is asking me to hit enter, press any key to continue. If I just press any key, it will go off. See, it went off. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Now, one more thing, last thing, okay, in the group policy. What is that? Now, I told you, na, since the in the admin policy there is no setting for the wallpaper, but still it is coming because I have a wallpaper settings or the GPO at the top level. Since it is there in the top level and there is no inheritance blocked, there is no inheritance blocked, I am getting the settings. What I will do, I will block the top level whatever policies are there. I don't want to bring the settings to my OU because I'm very particular about my settings. Then what I will do, I'll just right click on the admin OU and you see block inheritance. That means you see an exclamatory symbol came here when you click on that. See, I'll click on again block inheritance. It is unchecked. Now you see, I'll again right click on the admin folder and say block inheritance. As soon as I click on block inheritance, you see that exclamatory symbol in the folder. See now? Can you see now? It came. Correct? Huh? Now that means this Akash user will never receive any settings from the top level. Okay, now let me go to the Windows 10 and let me restart this computer now. Let me do this from the OS level only. Restart it. Now, whatever policy settings he has already applied, na, they will they will be getting removed. Now, you don't have wallpaper because I have already blocked it. And only settings what we have defined at the OU level, that is suppressing the or disabling the command prompt. So that will be winning now. See. The computer got restarted now. Okay, now let me log into this Windows 10 with the which user I should log in now. What is the user? I should log in as Akash only, correct? Huh? Because in the Akash OU only, I have what is this? PASSWRD other at 1 2 3 4. Yeah, it is taking now. Yeah, thank you. So now Akash is now trying to log in and see this welcome. What is happening? The loading symbol is coming now. That means that is now talking to the domain controller and try to pull the latest GPO settings actually. Okay, so now if you see, it won't have the HR wallpaper. It will only have a setting called disable the command prompt because we have blocked the inheritance there. Got it? So see now is able to log in. It was faster also compared to the previous time because his policy is already there. Can you see now wallpaper? Can you see the
No, sir.
wallpaper? No,
No, sir.
there is no wallpaper. This is the by default wallpaper in the Windows. Let me go and verify the command prompt cmd. I will say hit enter. I will try to check. See, the policy is still available because that policy is applied at the OU level, correct? Na? I'll just, it is asking me to press any key, so it will just getting cancelled. See, it got cancelled. Okay, that's all about the group policies. And there are some commands are there. Okay, so those commands you should know. Okay, so there is a command. Let me log in as Shashank because I think we have a couple of settings there. Okay, fine. Now I'll go to Windows 10 machine. I'll log in as Shashank. Can you see, notice one more thing, guys? Did you guys notice one more thing that I didn't tell here? One thing is common here. What is that one thing, guys? One thing is common here, but one thing is only changing. There are two things involved in this. Whatever testing we are doing, there are two things involved. Okay, one thing is the users. The users are placed in a different OU, correct? Huh? And each and every OU has got different settings. But the common factor is the same computer I'm trying to log in. Correct? Huh? Means no matter whoever user logs in to this computer, based on the user level settings, the computer is allowing us to do the changes. Correct? Huh? See, now I logged into the same PC called W10, but different user. Previously logged in as Akash, and Akash, since there is no inheritance, policy inheritance, he was not getting the wallpaper. Now, with a different user called Shashank, I logged in, but the Shashank is there in the ITOU, and in the ITOU there is no policy inheritance. Correct? Na? Then it is giving us the wallpaper which is applied at the OU level. The same computer. For some user it is policy is applicable, some user it is not applicable, and that is depend upon the policy whatever we are defining in that particular OU. Okay, clear? Now go to the command prompt. The first and foremost thing is, see, command prompt is also working for this user because there is no group policy at this OU where Shashank is present. Okay, even though he logs into the same computer. Okay, now there is an important command called gp update slash force. This means it will talk to the domain controller and it will forcefully pull the latest GPO settings. Okay, then you need to apply some policy and you want that to be immediately applicable, you have to do this. Otherwise, it will take 5 minutes or 10 minutes to the policy should replicate everywhere. Now, say for example, you have a domain controller India Bangalore location, and you are sitting in America and you have applied a policy there, but the domain controller is in Bangalore. Okay, and imagine that settings to get replicated from two sites, between two sites, it is 3 hours, but you want to make it quickly, you don't want to wait for 3 hours, then come to the command prompt, go to the user's machine wherever you want to apply the settings and run this command called gp update slash force. Then immediately it will pull the latest information. Okay, now this is one command, and you want to see what are all the group policy settings have been applied. Okay, gp result, okay, minus h, and you need to define where you want to store that, e colon slash so gp result minus h. If you say hit enter, gp result minus h minus okay, gp result minus h e colon slash data, and under that gpo.html. If you put that, if you use this command gp result hyphen h space e colon, okay, then what it will do, whatever policy will be applicable for that computer, na? So that will get stored in an HTML file. See here, oh, this is Windows 10, no? Very sorry. So what I have to do, I have to go here. Maybe I can just do, instead of the E drive, I can just make C drive. C drive, and I think C drive, yeah, access is not there. That is the reason it is not happening. So what I can do, I can just create a folder there. I'll go to this PC. Okay, I think 50 GB is there. Let me reduce the free space there. Disk, you can see here the old 60 GB is used for the same drive, 59.4 GB is there. And now I realize that I would have done a 50 GB. Instead of doing the 60 GB completely, I could have created a new drive. Okay, I want to do that now. I can do that. How to do that? I'll show you now. Disk mgmt.msc. If you run this command, the disk management wizard will be opening here. See, and if you see here, there is a complete 60 GB is used for the C drive. Now I want to shrink it. Shrink volume. If you right click there, you get an option called shrink volume. By doing the shrink, you can shrink how much ever GB you wanted. Now I want to shrink this computer, the 60 GB to 5 G. I mean 5 GB free space I wanted. So I will just shrink 5 GB. See, now 5 GB means it is 5000 MB. Okay, that's fine, no problem. I just need 5000 MB. See, now out of this 50 60 GB, 5 GB will come out. See, it was earlier how much? 50 60 GB. Now it is 54 GB. See, for 5 GB came out as unallocated. Now right click on that, new simple volume, next, next, and make it as E drive. Sorry. Now go to the my computer, refresh it. You see E drive will come there. See, E drive came now. Can you see the E drive? It came now. Now go to the command prompt and run the E drive. I don't want this data to be happen there. Okay. Now you see there is a file will get created here in the E drive. Shashank, see getting generating the report. See, can you see it here GPO? Now you double click on that. It will tell you what are all the policies have been applied for the OU where Shashank is present or whatever policies are applicable for Shashank. That thing will be seen here now. See, under the settings administrative templates. Okay. See, applied group policies, what are all the policy IT, see, local policy also I applied something, okay, and admin policy also something is there. What is that something? See, under the Microsoft India Bangalore IT, I can see some policy. What is that? Disabled link. Some like that, you see all the settings, whatever we have applied at the particular user. Okay, that is one command. And you have one more command called RSOP. RSOP. RSOP meant resultant set of policies means whatever policies have been applied for the particular PC and for the particular user. So it is a combination of user level settings and combination of user computer settings will come here. See, for this particular PC. Now if you go to administrative templates, desktop and desktop, you see wallpaper is enabled. What is the wallpaper? BNG GPO. Correct? See, that is the GPO you have gone. Like that, you can see all the settings. So these are all the 2 3 commands you should know. Okay, if somebody asks you how to troubleshoot a group policy, you can tell. Yeah, we can run a command called gp update slash force. We can also have a command called gp update, gp result space slash and path of that file. Okay, and then you can also see the recent RSOP resultant set of policies. So these are all the set of policies, I mean commands which we can use to do the group policy troubleshooting. Okay, so with that, I think we are almost completed that group policy management topic. Any questions we have? Hmm? If no questions, I think we are good. Let me stop the recording. Wait.